So if you are someone who believes that, or ask yourselves a question that how should I get out of my financial depression? And for me, financial depression term itself has a very dual meaning, in the sense that on one side you are depressed in your life, but most of it's derived from the financial stability or instability, or you have certain financial goals that you are not able to achieve, or maybe just a social anxiety or pressure from when you look at the social standings of your friends, your colleagues, or your other family members, and basically you judge your financial status based on other standards. So a lot of your friends, colleagues are doing vacations, traveling, but when you look into your own finances, you are struggling. So in this video, basically I will cover why you feel that way and what are the three methods that at least can help you in some way or form to get out of this kind of situation. And I have been in this same situation before myself. And and when I look back and think what I did right, I would like to share it with you. And it's not something very difficult to understand. You just need a basic understanding of what you can do it to change yourself over time. You don't need to drastically change your life. You don't need to take drastical steps to enhance your life or make changes to your life. You just need smaller step in the right direction. And you need to structure, or you need a structure so that you can filter out all the noise that we are seeing in the society nowadays, due to maybe it's due to the social media, or what we see like a perfect lifestyle. So this type of anxiety or financial depression or anxiety is basically derived from various sources that we can't think of. It's just subconsciously dilutes your mind into thinking that you're unsuccessful. And being in the same position, I know what it feels to be in that position. And looking back, I know what steps I need to take going forward to get out of it. So the first thing, that if I'm in such position again, is first I would find a financial stability. Try to identify your financial baseline first. And how to identify that is calculate all the expenses that you do on your month to month basis, and go and find a baseline job that covers all those expenses. It's very simple. With that kind of baseline, at least your anxiety levels will go down 50%. And this is based on experience. If you have a stable job, you have a higher bandwidth to think about other things in your life other than finances. And this will reduce your anxiety by a lot, which will in terms help you to strategize your other parts of your life which are somewhat out of control because of the bubble you have formed around yourself, of social pressure, of self pressure, which is keeping you in depression and not allowing you to move forward or outside of that bubble. So once you are done with a financial baseline based upon your requirements, I would suggest you to move to the second step, which is get hold of your lifestyle first. And lifestyle in the sense, make yourself healthy. If you're man, woman, doesn't matter. because our genes are not meant to sit and do a particular work for a long period of time. If we look at our history, we have been hunters, we have been farmers, we have been fighting wars, raising children. That requires a lot of energy. And as a species, we are not built to sit and do one kind of thing again and again in our life. And this creates another kind of mindset where we go into depression just because our genes are telling you to do something else, whereas our social pressure or financial pressure is telling us to do a particular thing. And this is a construct of capitalism that we live in. So basically, capitalism has structured our lifestyle in such a way that we are programmed to be depressed. It's not that we want to be depressed, but the society is programmed in such a way that we'll fall into depression in any form or other. Maybe it's financial depression, maybe it's social depression, maybe it's self depression due to a lot of responsibilities on your head. You can go into depression in any form because for the last 1,000 years we were not meant to do this kind of things. And genes don't evolve over time just because a industrialization thing happen or globalization happens. Evolution of a species takes millions and millions of years. So you cannot sit in front of a PC and work whole day and think that you are doing something productive. You have to get out and make yourself work. You have to do some kind of physical activity to at least reduce some kind of anxiety from your physical body. And in terms, it will benefit you mentally as well. And I do believe that physical activity plus the financial baseline will at least reduce more than 50% of your anxiety that you're facing right now. And the third point is, once you have sorted out the finances of your daily needs, your health is sorted, then comes the third question that I think every person at some point of time in their life asks themselves is is the thing that I'm doing I'm passionate about? I don't know, like human brains are designed in such a way that it's mostly driven by passion for something or idea of exploration. For example, if I give you two options, one option is do the same work rest of your life, or second is go and explore the world and do something new every time and explore all kind of possibilities. I think every human will go and select the second scenario, where he has the possibility to do any kind of thing in his life. And when we look at this capitalistic society, it's structured in such a way that you have to do year on year the same thing in your life, which human beings are not meant to be. Human beings are exploratory in nature. We want to explore new environments, we want to explore new ideas. And here comes a central term where we are stuck between realism and explorism. We look for passion. And I believe passion is an outstretch of that exploratory mindset that we have in our genes. And I have kept the third thing as passion mostly because if you don't have passion in your life, over time, you will, even if you achieve all kind of financial freedom, you will be depressed because you don't have a goal or lifelong thing that you need to achieve at certain point. And I think passion gives you that kind of thing or drive to push yourself toward a uncertain or a certain factor that you want to change in your current life. That's why the third thing that you always try to do is find out your passion. And I think finding a passion is very easy. You do something new every time. For example, for me, I am financially stable now. I have good health. I'm maintaining good health. So physically, I'm fit. The third thing I am lacking in my life is a long term goal or a passion. So I'm passionate about finance. So I gave myself a long term goal of creating YouTube content where I know that every day will be different, every topic will be different. So I force myself to write some new script, come with some new ideas, create certain amount of videos per week. This gives me a self of passion of the topic that I already love, and also gives me a long term goal, which in terms help me to move forward, and at least I have some drive to achieve certain goal which is not achievable now. So if you're stuck in this kind of financial stable environment plus your health is good, then I think third option you can do is go and explore other possibilities that makes you happy. If you are adventurer, go and try to do an adventure once a month, twice a month. Just try to explore new ideas and try to think out of the box, or try to think about your passion. And these three vague ideas are not very constrained that you need to follow this. These are just ideas that I have picked up from the chaos in my life. And I know that every one of you has such kind of chaos in your life as well. But if you structurize that chaos into some actionable steps, at least it will help you to move forward in your life rather than just being blindsided by whatever comes to you or whatever is thrown at you at certain point in life. At least you have some structure to follow, and with such kind of structure you can get out of not only financial depression, but if you have other kind of depressions, you can get out of that pretty easily in life. And even with this three steps, even if you're not able to achieve a monetary value that you want to achieve, at least when you look back and see, at least you will be proud enough to say that I was able to do whatever in my life and move forward, and not just stuck at one place without doing anything. So you don't escape depression with just hearing motivational speeches, but you will uplift yourself just by building a stairs for yourself and help yourself get out of that situation. See you later.